Coach, I guess we'll take overall thoughts on this weekend, getting the 2 wins here at home.
Wins are important. Obviously, as a team, if we're trying to build momentum, and anytime you can stack wins on top of wins on top of wins, um, you can continue to do that. Do I think we're where we need to be? Not yet, but we're making progress. We're getting closer, and we're getting wins along the way.
What's it going to take, and what do you need to see to be going on the right track where you're confident headed into the second half of the season?
I think a couple things. I like our offensive zone play. A couple areas then that's getting better. I think our special teams are in a pretty decent spot. If you take out the first 4 games of the year, the penalty kills, in a much better position. But we're not breaking pucks out as well as I would hope. And when you can't come out clean, that affects your rush offense. And we're a rush offense team. So, we're touching pucks first, but instead of us being out and off to the races, we end up turning that puck over, and then we end up having to defend. And that's not a defenseman issue. That's an all 5 player issue. Most teams forecheck when they come, and Alaska had a good forecheck. They had 3 guys really engaged in it, but we got 5. So our 5 got to beat their 3. And, that's an area of focus for us this week.
Defensively, especially Saturday with the 41 block shots, I mean, that's got to be really encouraging to see. And, yeah, what are your thoughts on that number?
I mean, this team, there's no doubt we have willing participants, especially the decor. I had some of the players over for dinner last night, and one of the guys said, is there a stat for the most block shots ever in college hockey? And if there was, Mike Van Unen might have it. The guys say he's 1 block away from 300. So, with him and Gallagher and Colby Enns and Boucher, and all of them, Boucher, they're all so willing to block a shot. And the reason I probably point them out the most is, when a forward, when they block a shot, they're usually closer to the puck, and the shot doesn't get as much velocity on it and some of that stuff. Some of these shots the D have to block when it's on a power play and it's from the top to the flank and it's a one-timer. There's times that those hit you just in your ribs, and you have no protection there. So it'd be like you and I going out right now and putting a knee down on the rink and saying, "Okay, take a slap shot in my ribs." It hurts.
Yeah.
And they know it's going to hurt, but they're willing to do it. So it just shows you, the buy-in of the group, and that's why you're optimistic with this group, even when it wasn't going as well as you would have hoped it when it started. There's full buy-in, so that's something that we'll never have to worry about.
And on that front, keeping Alaska to 2 goals on the weekend, how can you guys kind of parlay that into consistency, and limiting the opportunities for your opponents?
Well, we need to go on the road, and we haven't won on the road yet, so we need to win on the road. But defense and goaltending travels, special teams travel. So we need to make sure that we build off of this. I thought Charlie made some incredible saves. We probably got to limit some of those looks, and continue to try keep, because sometimes shots they're not always an indicator of what's going on in the game.
Right.
Scoring chances are. So I'm not as hyper aware about shots, but we got to try to limit some more scoring chances. And for the most part, 5-on-5, we did that. They did a nice job on their power play, and they got some looks, but we made some saves and we got some blocks. So hopefully clean that up. But 5-on-5, I thought we did a good job eliminating some of their looks.
Bowling Green this weekend, hitting the road again, back into CCH play. What's the excuse me, totally lost my train of thought. But what do you expect to see from Bowling Green this weekend?
Tough-nosed team. They get to the net front. They're a volume shooting team, so the blocks are going to be important. But a lot of their offensive zone play is generated through passes from low to high to shots, and rebounds and traffic. And So we're gonna have to win that part of the rink. I think scoring first is gonna be, something that we have to try continue to build on. Going into this weekend, we had never led a first period. So it's hard to win when you don't lead. I mean, the weekend before against Lake State, we were behind both games, and we ended up finding ways to win. But I think playing from the front on the road is something that's paramount to having success.
You guys gonna have a big Thanksgiving meal on Thursday, or?
We're having lunch at a supermarket because that's our only option, and we did find a dinner place in Toledo, so we'll drive from Bowling Green to Toledo for dinner.